Drive-By Truckers are a totally sweet band from Athens, Georgia, who are currently in the middle of a long, intense tour with the Hold Steady, supporting their latest record, Brighter Than Creation's Dark. Now, it's not like they're some sort of hyper-political country rock version of Propaganda, but the band definitely has a political undercurrent to a lot of their songs. Plus, Howard Wolfson, former director of communications for Hillary Clinton's presidential run, loves them, which is why it seemed appropriate exactly 1 week after the American election to sit down with Patterson Hood from the band and talk a little shop about Obama's victory and what it means to them. Also, seriously.
But if you want to come to this party, come on through.
I'm always astounded. I feel like every time I end up on a tour, I'm always amazed how little of a town you can manage to see. Even if you're in it for like 12 hours, you will not see a thing.
Yeah,
besides,
I know.
Do you find
even a day off? Because usually, if like the way this tour's been, we only have 1 day off a week, and so by the time we get the day off, I mean, nobody feels like doing shit. You know?
Yeah.
We were parked at Niagara Falls, and I did walk down sort of to the falls, but I didn't have the energy to go across the bridge and actually see the good side. So, you know, I was like, yeah, no, I could do that, or I could go lay down. So
I thought it was really interesting how much you guys were able to road test the material that ended up on the album, and that's something you've talked about a little bit. That you know, by the end, you had played like, was it like 11 or 12 of those songs were regular live songs.
Yeah.
Before you went in to record them.
Yeah, that was a great experience, and we probably won't get to do it that. We probably won't be doing it that way on the next record, which I wish we. I mean, I really enjoy doing that, but I don't really see it. You know, we will have pretty much been on the road since last January, but we'll have the month of December to kind of rest and spend some time with our families before we start it. But I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at as a band, and I think we've got some pretty good songs already written. Plus, we generally write a good bit when we're in the studio too. So I feel like we're in a pretty good place for the next one.
It's been a week since the American election, and you guys have never been like a overtly political band, but there's obviously political undertones in your music. So I'm curious how you feel a week later after what is obviously a
just
historic.
Now starting to set in. It's really kind of funny, and because I woke up the day after the election and I was in the worst damn mood.
Now the difference between happy and sad is the fact that happy is
play with Elmo.
It's weird. I was like, to say I was an Obama supporter is a huge understatement. I mean, he was my first choice from the time he entered, and it's the first time in my life I've ever voted in November for the person who was my first choice in the primary. I mean, it never had. They always weed people I like out early, you know, and you always end up just voting for the guy who's the least offensive. And to actually get to vote for someone that I liked that much was huge to start with. And I woke up the next day, and I don't know if it was just the built-up stress and tension of the election, and maybe being a little too obsessed about it and watching a little too much news or whatever, but I woke up the next day, it was like I had a hangover from it. I was just mad, in a bad mood, and it literally took several days for it to kind of dawn on me that everything was okay. Maybe I'm just so used to waking up the day after the election angry that I just, because my candidate never wins, you know.
And you're getting over your political postpartum depression?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is going to be interesting about maybe the next 4 to 8 years is how it'll affect music, because, you know, it's that whole idea of like really dark times produce
great music,
great rock and roll. Do you think just music is going to get boring as fuck?
Already planning their comeback.
Well, I just heard the news today.
Yeah, music might just go down the shitter now, and that might, you know, because for the record, we don't cross the border with drugs.